You come up the Fraser River, up the Pitt River, and then you start up the Alouette. All species of salmon once went up that river, and there was 2 lakes at the head. First Nations' name for the area was where people went to fish. So it was quite a productive ecosystem. Now you'll find a dam that didn't have an outlet. It generated a lot of electricity for British Columbia and still does. It's the commitment from BC Hydro for the compensation that's remarkable. In the negotiations to rebuild Stave Falls Dam, they committed to funding the ecosystem restoration for 70 years.
The restoration program was started in the late 90s, and it was put forward as a pilot by government biologists as a way to restore the nutrients to the reservoir to make sure that the long-term health of that reservoir and the aquatic communities that depend on it would be able to be sustained in the longer term.
So this is fertilizer in these tanks, and we're adding it to the surface of the reservoir.
In April, when the light starts increasing, then we start adding nutrients, because that's what will stimulate the growth of the small animals and the small phytoplankton in the water. The fertilization uses a large vessel to distribute fertilizer to the surface of the entire reservoir. We add it over a large period of time. It's over 20 weeks. And that allows us to make any sort of incremental changes. We can adaptively manage our approach.
When you have all that nutrient going into the system, you're building up the fish, you're building up the numbers. Hopefully we've got more sockeye smolts that leave the system in spring, and then sort of in 4 to 5 years, they're going to return back up the Alouette River as adults, and this is where we'll trap them, and Corrections, in their partnership with the program, they'll truck them up to the reservoir.
What I've seen is really strong, effective partnerships working together through very difficult circumstances. I see the results of the everyday field work. I see the daily work in collaboration with Corrections, with nations, with ARMS to make this program such a success. I see the students, I see the leaders, I see the community members all contributing to make this program a success and working together towards a common vision of bringing back sockeye to the system.
We have taken the population and we've restored it from about 18,000 salmon in the system to over 200,000. And we now have adults returning every year for the first time in 80 years.
It's not a small undertaking. We're over 20 years in. We have many decades ahead of us, and it's how we work together on such an important goal that makes this program stand out from all the rest.